Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're looking at large and small circles. Now, I picked a couple of puzzles that I'm going to feature next. They're quite difficult to imagine what a thumbnail for this would look like because, large and small circles, we've recently done something with polka dots. I really struggled to think of something, but I went with a children's playground that tends to have, I don't know where you live, but certainly in the UK, it's quite common to have the ground of children's playground essentially covered in like a soft rubber surface to make sure they don't get injured if they fall from whatever they're playing on. And it's not unusual for it to be covered in different colors and lots of different shapes and colors, such as large and small circles. Now, I pay a lot of attention to that because the park where we walk our dogs every morning and evening has this sort of children's playground that's enclosed by a fence, and dogs are not allowed to go in there. However, for many reasons, unbeknownst to me, the gates for that particular area is always open, and our dogs just absolutely love to run in there. So, yeah, stressful walks, constantly walking ahead of the dogs to make sure that that gate is closed and that they're not in there running around disturbing the kids that are playing. Well, let's take a look at the actual puzzle. Now, depending on how easy it is, I may end up featuring this as the easy puzzle of the week on a Tuesday instead of my kind of usual series because it's a 6x6 puzzle. And although it does have a unique rule set, it feels very approachable. So I'll take a look at my time, and if it is relatively short, then that will be the easy puzzle for Tuesday, and I'll come back to my usual series of full deck and missing a few cards next week instead. Well, enough of the intro. Let's take a look at the puzzle. So we've got Large and Small Circles by Sinya, and we've got the following rule sets. So normal Sudoku rules apply. So fill the grid with numbers from 1 to 6. So each digit occurs exactly once in every row, in every column, and in every 2x3 box. Next is that unique rule set that I was referring to. So for circles of the same color, so I've got 3 circles in green, for example, here. The larger the circle, the larger the number. So this digit will be larger than this one. This digit will be larger than that one. So if that was a 2, for example, this would have to be 3 or higher. Although you can see 3 in the row and 4 in the column, so it's actually a lot more restricted, and this has to be higher than that. So if there's a 2, that's pretty much a fixed set of digits in here. For circles of different colors, if the size of the circles is the same, the number will not be the same. So continuing with my example here, if that was a 2, that's not a 2, that's not a 2, and that's not a 2. So in a very strange way, we've almost got like a thermo in different colors, and that they somehow have a bit of a relationship going on between them. So I'm really looking forward to playing this, and I hope you guys are too, because, link is in the description down below as usual if you want to play along. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. So, my example here when I start with a 2 is almost like telling. Essentially, 6 is the highest digit we can have. So 6, 5, 4. The largest digit on a small circle is 4. We also have 4 different colors. So one of these is 4, 5, 6. And essentially, the others are going to be like 1, 2, 3. I don't know if they have to be kind of consecutive. I guess the 4, 5, 6 absolutely is. But I guess nothing stops it from being like 1, 4, 5, for example, and then a different one being 2, 3, 4. That might be fine. But in essence, I'm sort of almost like looking for which ones are the ones, which ones are the 6s, because that will sort of fix a lot of things. But I'm not entirely sure how I can go about it, because if this one, for example, could see all of these low digits, then I'd say sure. Well, but the only one it sees is the green one, so one of these is 1, but I don't know which one it is. So let's do a bit of Sudoku in the meantime. 2 sees all of these. 2 would be in here. I'm fairly sure 2 can't be on a large circle because 2, 1, 0. The large circles have a minimum of 3. So that's a 2. 1 and 2 are looking at this small circle. So this is a minimum of 3 or 4. So it's clearly on the higher end side. This 3, 4 see this circle. So that's got to be the 5, and that's got to be the 6. We now have 1, 3, and 5 in here. 1, 3, and 5 in there. 5 can't go in a small circle. 5, 6, 7. So that's a no. That can't be a 1. That's not a 5 either, just Sudoku. So that is the 5. We now need 3, 4, and 6. Let's have a think about this one first. If that's 3, that's 4, 5 are not available. So that would be a 6, and then we're on to 7. So that's got to be the 1. That's the 3. This is now 4 or 6. We'll come back to that in a second. This has to be the 2, because, again, next digit along is a 6. And therefore, this is 3, 4, or 6. Kind of tempted to say it's got to be the 3. And I think the answer is it has to be the 3. Because if I don't place a 3 on this large circle, where would I put it? It's not this large circle. It's not that large circle. And they have to be unique. And in fact, that's not a 6 because it is unique. That's got to be the 4. That's got to be the 6. That's got to be the 3. That's got to be the 4, the 6. Now that we've placed the 1 on the small circle, the smallest this can be is 2, 3, 4. And now 1 is not available. I think 5 doesn't work on a small circle because it's 6, 7 again. So that's 3. Fairly sure that's 4, 5. Because again, 6 not available. So that's got to be the next one, the 5. That leaves only the 1 digit between them, the 4. So this is, yeah, kind of lovely to solve. A bit of Sudoku to bring it home now. We need 1 and 6. This one tells us the order. That's 6. No. Sorry, that's 6. Yep, that's 1. It did tell us the order. I just kind of decided to make up my own rule after that. 5, 6 here. That's the 6. 5 and 1. To finish the column, we need a 6. And then 1 and 2. 1, 1, 2. That is pretty straightforward, but highly enjoyable, Sinya. And, you know, 4/5 minute solve. Yeah, that I will feature that as the easy puzzle of the week for a Tuesday. And quite a nice rule set. I imagine it'll be quite tough if you actually try and use this on a 9x9 puzzle, but I hope that you do come back to it, Sinya, and actually give us another puzzle very similarly constructed, just with a much more difficult grid. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and enjoyed the puzzle, and I'll see you back for the next one. Bye for now.